Tiki and Tierney show. You know, I got to tell you, you think that the Mets had pressure to back up their 101-win season, to validate that. I want to just illuminate for everybody that whether it's a week or whether it's a month, this Yankee run that we're about to watch and latch on to feverishly there is all the pressure in the world. Because think about this, and I know nobody wants to think about this now, but you have to. If Aaron Judge leaves, the team's horrendous next season. The team's horrendous next season. Who is the closer? All right. If Judge bounces, you'd have to think that Rizzo says, yeah, I'm going to opt out. I'm going to leave as well. You got Donaldson making $25 million doing nothing at third base. Who's playing short? Who's catching? This is this. Now, I don't know what they're going to do. I don't think they're built to win a World Series. I hope that I'm wrong. Pressure time for the Yankees.
Well, it's pressure time, but let's not be fully negative. Look, they're positioned. If Garrett Cole gives us the outing, we'll get to him later, gives us the outing that we are paying for him to give us as the ace of the Yankees. And then Nestor Cortez comes behind him. You have Luis Severino, who looked really good in his last regular season outing. They're set up to actually do some things here. Now, I agree with you. Are they built to be a World Series champion? I don't know, right? We'll see. They got to play better. But Aaron Judge, he had a season beyond compare in Major League Baseball. He was an MVP. He's going to be the MVP. He had 62 home runs. He led the league in RBI. Like every statistical category except for batting average, he was the top. And he set himself up, and he set this team up to be relevant at this point in the season. Now, the surrounding pieces, they got to do their part as well. Rizzo, who you mentioned, and obviously Giancarlo Stanton's got to be healthy, and Gleyber Torres got to, not start taking those launch angle swings. Like, all of that has to work itself out. But what you said briefly, and it's the biggest point here, if it doesn't happen this season, and Aaron Judge says, I'm out, I'm going someplace else, Cashman, you did me wrong, and I want to live under the Golden Gate Bridge. The Yankees are not going to be in this spot for years. And so the urgency and we got to do it now is more paramount than I think we've ever experienced in a while.
It's there. It's there.
It's really there.
Listen, there's always pressure for the Yankees, always. But I mean, this is the reality of what we're getting ready to watch, and I can't wait to watch it unfold. But you're talking about if Judge were to leave, hell, even if Aaron Judge stays, there's no guarantee because I don't think that they're a World Series team now.
That's a good point.
So you would need some real, reinforcements, some interesting juggling of the roster, et cetera. I mean, listen, and then you get to Garrett Cole. This is his 10th season. This is Garrett Cole's 10th season in baseball. It's his third team, all right? His first two seasons, top 5 Cy Young here. Obviously, a very good winning percentage. The numbers are pretty good. The ERA should be lower. It's 320, whatever. He's got 150 Ks or so, more than innings pitched. But, honestly, and he has been good. I do think it's been a little unfair. People have been unfair with Cole. But is this is it 100% what you thought you'd get? Answer it honestly. No. Because if it was, there wouldn't be the level of conjecture, what are we going to get from Garrett Cole tonight? It would be assumed Garrett Cole's about to slay the Guardians.
Yes.
So there's, this is pressure cooker time. It just is.
Well,
go ahead.
It's what makes it, I guess, so fun and engaging for Yankee fans is because the expectation is, the Guardians, they're a good team. This kid, he's not a kid, but Cal Quantrill, who's pitching. Quantrill, again, I don't know his name. He's had a good season. I think his ERA is 3-something. He's not a bad pitcher, but the Yankees in their minds are saying, we have to run out in game one, and we have to get a fast start because the expectation is that we're going to go to the World Series. And if we can't get past the Cleveland Guardians, then this season, like the Mets, could look like a failure if they don't get past one round.
And here's the reality of Aaron Judge. And this stinks. I mean, really, this is almost unfair. But it is possible. It is possible that he sees nothing but sliders on the outer edge of home plate.
Dude, if he's leading off, I would walk him.
Yeah, maybe, depending upon the situation. Yeah, possible. I mean, if you're up 5-1, you pitch around them.
No, I'm talking about tonight. Tonight in the bottom of the first inning, if he's batting first.
Well, he's not going to be batting first tonight.
I
don't think so. I don't want him to bat
I don't
first
either.
tonight.
Because
we don't even know where he's going to bat.
Because if he is, I'd walk him.
Yeah.
If I'm the Guardians and he's batting first, I'd walk him.
I don't know if I'd do that because I'd have to look at the lineup here. I understand the merit behind maybe
you want to do is have him.
No, I got you.
Smash and get the I don't know, the crowd into. I mean, they're going to be in it anyways.
Listen, I understand it's not crazy.
Sold out,
it's not crazy, but here's the thing: like, even if Aaron Judge just has a really rough series because the execution of whether they walk him a few times or don't. Sliders on like Scherzer in Queens, the first two games or one of the first two games of the Subway Series. Now, at that point, Scherzer, is not Quantrill can't shine Scherzer's shoes. I know Met fans don't want to hear that now, based on what Scherzer's done the last couple of starts here in the Met season being over. But Scherzer's a beast, and Quantrill is not like that. So I don't know if that's going to happen. But it's just. It's baseball, and I know that it's such a tired expression, but I've said this to Tiki before, like, we're getting ready for hockey tonight, and the Rangers, right? Pretty soon in a week, the Knicks and the Nets start playing. You think under any circumstance Kevin Durant averages 13.1 points per game this year?
No.
Not a chance in hell that happens.
No chance.
Kevin Durant's going to put in 22, 23, 25, maybe more, depending upon how healthy he is and what Simmons brings to the table. And there's not going to be this appreciable drop-off in production. But baseball, given the cyclical nature of baseball, the 70% rate of failure in baseball, there is a better than whatever percentage you want to attribute to it, chance that Aaron Judge, has a very modest or a subpar 7, 8, 9, 10 days. And it sucks because if he does, in the minds of many, which would be outlandish, it will invalidate the best season I've ever seen.
Yeah, you're right. But again, for him to be fully a legend, because he's becoming legendary, for him fully to be, you need the championship.
No, I don't disagree. Especially with the Yankees. I'm with you. That's fair.
If it was a different team, this season goes down in history regardless of what happens.
Yep.
In the postseason. But for the Yankees, in order to fully stamp it, Aaron Judge has to help this team win a World Series.
I agree. He's got to be in the middle of everything. He's got to be just winning it.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
He's got to be the reason.
Yeah. Well, if he's not, they're not going to win it.
That's true. Yeah, we've been saying this all season long. If he's not hitting, then the Yankees aren't scoring.
They're not going to score a whole lot if he ain't bombing. 877-337-6666. So, the Yankee fans been waiting patiently for this little Met parade to end. Like, all right, when can we start having our little piece of the puzzle? Now, don't get too cocky out there. Like if you were sending those texts and the GIFs and the moronic infantile tweets on social media, you know what? You very well might get some comeuppance here because I've said it all year. I'm worried about this team. Now, there's also, I don't want to say I'm not worried about this series, but to win a World Series, which is absolutely the objective, the singular objective for every Yankee team, whether it's arrogant, whether it's cocky, whatever, that's the bottom line. I don't think this team has it. Who's closing a 3-2 game tonight? Let's start with that. Who's closing the game?
Who do you want closing the game?
I don't know.
That's
Tyone? You want to mess around and give the rock to Tyone? He's in the bullpen. He's in the bullpen.
Maybe. No, I can't because he hasn't done it all season.
I know. It's a totally new role.
It's a completely new role. I would not trust that one bit.
You're right, though. Do we get the
But that's a big question.
It's a huge question. Certainly, even if it's not a huge question tonight, which it could be, it's going to be a huge question throughout the next month if you're lucky enough to play for a month.
This is where
you got to close out games.
This is also where Aaron Boone is going to earn his managerial, acumen or
his Yankee stripes.
Yeah, stripes, whatever, his badge of whatever. This is where it's going to matter because the team, as we've mentioned, is a bit compromised, right? Your closer situation was Clay Holmes or I don't know who the heck they're going to throw in that role. It's likely going to be Clay Holmes, but you got to manage it the right way, right? You got to get the guys in the right position to perform at their best. And, Aaron Boone, who we don't talk about a lot. We talk about Buck a lot with the Mets. We talk about Skips, with other teams a lot. Aaron Boone is going to have his work cut out for him because the Guardians, while they feel like they're just not at the level, they're a good team.
They're
man.
the type of team that Yankee fans have always dismissed because of the payroll, because of the smaller
right.
the profile,
right.
the revenue stream. It's the Guardians. It used to be the Indians, although in '97, Alomar took Modeep, obviously, to right field, and we lost that series. But there's always been like, it's outside of the midges with Jabba, which they were back for the Browns game. Those damn freaking midges. But anyway, I think that this should be. I think it should be a Yankees series win. I think. I don't say that with complete conviction. I do think Cole gives you a representative effort tonight, meaning he'll give you a chance to win the game. And the big question with Garrett Cole, does he serve up the bugaboo, which he's done almost 40 times this year? I don't know the answer to that.
Look, I was reading his articles about how he was sick to his stomach over the wild card last year, and he loves competition. He's going to be ready. The question is he going to perform? Those are two different things. As you mentioned before, it used to be Garrett Cole's taking the mound, you know what you're getting. Now it's kind of like, all right, we got to wait and see.
Yeah.
And so he's going to be ready, but is he going to be ready?
I'll tell you one thing. I would feel, even though, again, I'm mostly confident for this series, I would feel different if Benintendi was healthy and you're trotting out an outfield of Benintendi, Bader, and Judge, which is indisputably at that point the absolute best defensive outfield in baseball. That just kind of gives you a sense of, okay, but what are you doing in left? You trotting out a kid? Hicks better not be playing tonight. I don't see Aaron Hicks anywhere near field tonight. I'm sorry.
The lineup
he can't play. He's not good enough.
The roster's supposed to be in by 10.
Yeah. Well, same thing on Friday. Remember, it trickled in late with the Mets, and you get the dribs and the drabs.
We didn't get it to like 10:40.
We were getting like a name, then another name. Dude, I mean, if Martino's got one name and Heyman's got the other, just throw us the whole list. It's not that big of a deal.
Yes, we're interested. We got to figure out who's close.
Who's on the roster? Let us know. All right, 877-337-6666. Tiki and Tierney on the Fan, and we are inside of our Town Fair Tire studio. Our friends at Town Fair remind you that you always get the guarantee lowest price on name brand tires from Connecticut to Maine. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody. Julian Love got nothing but love for you. Do your thing, boy. The Giants are 4-1. Julian Love a little later, 11:40 on the show. A lot of Yankees out of the chute. Still some residue from the Mets ouster. And obviously the Jets and the Giants setting us up for what's been so far a pretty damn good season. We'll get that in as well. Tiki and Tierney right here on The Fan.